He is an Englishman. Sorry, my singing voice is still shot from the COVID that Return to Silent Hill gave me. Can you guys hear me okay? Hey, Firefly Jay. Thanks, man. Glad that you're here. Cool. All right, let's bring down the music because we got a lot to talk about over the next 20 minutes. Well, so how about that state of play, guys? All right, before I just give my initial thoughts on that Silent Hill Townfall trailer, just let me gush about something really quick, and I think you guys know what it is. Finally, Metal Gear Solid 4 is no longer stuck on the PlayStation 3. Now, we can play it in that glorious 4K 60 frames per second. Yes! I know it sort of makes that one video I did like a few months ago, like top 10 greatest games that you can't play, kind of irrelevant now. At least that one entry, but hey, nobody's happier than I. And we got Peace Walker on there, which is pretty dope, and Ghost Babel. A little bit surprised they didn't put Portable Ops on there. But hey, MGS4 was the one that I was really, really happy about. So yeah, solid showcase overall. Let's see what they announced. God of War remake, that's interesting. Yeah, I'll talk about Townfall in a second. What were the other ones? Oh, I'm so glad that Legacy of Kain Defiance is getting a remaster. That means that, you know, Soul Reaver was enough of a success that they wanted to put their money behind that. And we're also getting the demo for the sequel that's supposed to come out after Defiance. That's pretty cool. Kena, I'm really glad we're getting Kena. And there are a few other ones that look really nice too. Pragmata I'm interested in, obviously. That one game with the chicken looked cool. Yeah, a Musou game. That Musou game where you're playing the big chicken, that looked really nice. And Castlevania, yeah. My wife's going to be really happy about that. She loves Castlevania. And Death Stranding on PC. Although, you know what sucks? I put so much time into Death Stranding 2 last year that even though I'd love to play it on PC at a at maximum performance, it's just, it would take up too much time. Like, I put 150 hours into Death Stranding 2 last year. No joke. Platinumed everything. Yeah. MGS4 coming to PC better be a good port. Oh, hopefully it's not a repeat of what happened when Master Collection Volume 1 came out, right? But thank you very much for the donation, Ivan. And guys, everybody in the chat, say hello to Ivan there, the guy who just donated the super chat. He edited the most recent Silent Hill video that I just put out, the one that came out yesterday. He did a fantastic job on that. Okay, with that out of the way, let's talk about that Townfall trailer. So it looks like we're going to England, to the UK. And it looks like did I read that right? It's taking place in like 60s? Like, okay. I guess there was not a more appropriate time for me to come out with that video that I just put out yesterday about, you know, Silent Hill games taking place elsewhere. Like, look, at least we're getting the remakes, you know? So we will still get games that take place in Silent Hill. It does kind of suck that there's not much that it seems like we can do to sort of carry the story forward after Silent Hill 4. Because, you know, I think like we generally consider like everything after the Team Silent era to kind of be non-canon. Because it was like Homecoming where everything really started to get messed up. Although Origins did a couple of suggested things, right? I don't know. Maybe they can do a thing like they did with Crash Bandicoot 4 where we just ignore everything that came out after 4 and just make future games. That would be ideal, but no, it seems like they're just going with the whole Silent Hill thing anywhere. It's like, look, eventually this was going to happen. I understand why people don't like it. As long as we get good games and there are tangible connections, obvious connections to Silent Hill, the actual town, I'll be okay with it. I'll learn to be okay with it. But yeah, we'll find out more in like 15 minutes. One thing I'm very happy to see is that, like, okay, let me step back for a second. We knew back when this game was originally announced in October 2022 that the developers were going to be No Code. They're the guys behind Stories Untold and Observation. I haven't played either of those games. From what I understand, they're like very simple point and click adventure games. And from what I understand, they were received quite well. I've yet to, talk to anybody who played those games that didn't think they were good. But because those were the games that they were responsible for so far, a lot of people speculate, well, is Townfall just going to be Silent Hill point and click, And for me personally, like I don't mind a point and click game, provided it's good. I played Amnesia for the first time recently. Believe it or not, I know, like you'd think that the Silent Hill guy would have played Amnesia sooner than he has, but yeah, I played Amnesia and I really liked it. And that game's like 10, 15 years old. So if that's what Silent Hill Townfall was, I would have been fine. But, I understand like some people just being turned off by that. It's like, yeah, it's not really my type of thing. I want my Silent Hill games to have combat. Well, it looks like we're getting some of that. And it looks like, yeah, they're actually going to make use of the radio. Instead of just having it like crackle whenever you get near an enemy. It looks like it's going to have some tangible use, which is interesting. It could be interesting. No, Frank here. No. That's what I was just saying. People thought that, reasonably, that it might be a point and click, just, sort of in the style of what PT was. Right? But no, it's not looking like that's what's going to happen. It looks like it's going to be a lot more involved than that, which is really promising. I hope that because the last game that No Code put out was in 2019, that this game has been in like active development for like at least 4 years. That's what I'm hoping. Because it was announced in 2022. And then I imagine by the time this game comes out, it would have been exactly 4 years from its announcement. I hope that what Konami's doing here is that they are just giving them the maximum amount of time to polish this so that it could be the best that it possibly can be. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Is there anything else I want to say about this at the moment? I don't know. Like, having it set in the UK, that's a little bit weird. Like, I don't mind. Like, I love the UK. I love that part of the world. But I just, when I think about the different places in the world that I'd love to see a Silent Hill type story take place in, the UK isn't really one of them. So I don't know. All right. Those are just... Oh! Stream just came up. Oh, it's premiering in 49 seconds. Wait, hold on. There we go. Okay, I was wondering where that was. I have too many tabs open. Let me get rid of the porn real quick before I reveal my screen to you guys. All right, and I'm imagining it's not going to premiere like right away, right? Here, let me just get rid of this. Okay, you guys see this, right? It's just playing generic music. I'll turn, like, if it starts right away, I'll obviously turn the volume back on. I was hoping, like, hopefully it's not starting right away. I was hoping I'd have a chance to read some of the things you guys were saying. All right. Is that it? Oh, here we go. Silent Hill in Switzerland. Oh. No, sorry, we have to wait 10 more minutes. Okay, that's fine. It's just weird that they're putting the game rating up so quickly. All right. Let's see. What are you guys thinking so far? The UK is already a place of unspeakable horrors. Didn't the short message take place in Germany? Hey, what's up? Good to see you, man. I always recognize your blue Spartan avatar. Good to see you. Good to see you. The end is to be an the end. You're always here. Yeah, the first person. Like, I know a lot of people. There's some people that have problem with first person perspective. I personally don't, but you know, some people like just don't like it as a style thing. Some people just get motion sick from it. I'm fine with it. Isn't the UK like covered in fog? Yes, it's in a perpetual state of silent hilldom. Yeah, it does. This is your god now, but it's like, is that what they're gonna draw upon with this story? I don't know. Yes, I did, Letty. I was just talking about it. It looks interesting. I like. I don't really know what to feel about it so far. Hoping we'll get more information here, along with hopefully some sort of born from a wish recognition. I mean, come on. Silent Hill in a Brazilian favela? I wonder what the monsters would look like for something like that. Oh, Scotland? Oh, the website is... Okay, I'll have to check that out after. And yeah, you're damn right, Frank Yeager. I want a Silent Hill in Russia. That would be dope as hell. Yeah, me too, Ivonimus. I hope that they do something like that for when the Silent Hill 1 remake comes out, when Harry's going down the alleyway. It's just too iconic not to have the fixed camera angles there. They shadow drop Born from a Wish, yeah. No, I don't. God isn't that good. I mean, there's tons of UK mythology. It's just that I can't... Nothing about UK mythology sort of stands out to me as obviously Silent Hill-esque. The bad teeth. Hey, Max, did you see Iron Lung? No, I haven't, dude, unfortunately. See, the problem is I've been sick ever since I saw Real Silent Hill, so I haven't been able to go to the movies, right? That is true. Electrolyte Darkwood is Silent Hill in Russia. I just, you know. But there are certain elements of a Silent Hill game that Darkwood didn't have that I would want in a proper Silent Hill game set in Russia. But Darkwood's great. You guys should, if you guys want like a great Silent Hill-esque horror game set in that part of the world, play Darkwood. It's amazing. I mean, Celtic mythology is spooky as fuck. It probably is. I need to think about it. Oh, what was that? Sorry, something just flashed on the screen. I didn't see what it was. The only place more depressing than Silent Hill is England. Now, England's beautiful. You just need to know where to go. Well, I'm glad you felt that way, Shadowstorm. Honestly, that's the beauty of all art, right? Yeah, I've been hearing like some decent things about Iron Lung, and I obviously want to support Markiplier. Wait, what? Ice Pick Lodge is working on Darkwood 2? Is that a thing? Or are you just joking? Lunar Fire, that is a great point. That is actually, that could be really interesting. I don't think that's what they're doing, but God, can you imagine? Irish Silent Hill touching on the generational trauma of Ireland's subjugation to England. Just that whole period of time. That could make for a really good story. No, I've never seen Vanilla Sky, Dex Pilgrim. I've always heard that Vanilla Sky wasn't that great. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I know, random guy asked. I was just talking about. I don't know when you got here, but I was just talking about it. It looks interesting. I don't really know what to make of it because I've only had like half an hour to process it. But yeah, well, I'll be able to react more accurately, for lack of a better word, when we see more information in a little bit. Oh, Darkwood 2 is in development. Okay, right on, right on. Max, if you can mix... Fuck, I keep missing the screen. I'm trying to read the chat and not seeing what's flashing. All right. If you can mix two games, what would they be? Pokemon and Warcraft. Well, World of Warcraft. Pokemon and World of Warcraft. There you go. What about Silent Hill set in the Ukrainian Stalker? Yes, exactly. Well, Nocturne, to be fair to some people, like, I understand... I sort of talked about this in the video I released yesterday, but just to reiterate, I understand why some people aren't happy about the new Silent Hill games taking place outside of Silent Hill, because why call it Silent Hill? You know, that's one reason. And unfortunately, I don't think Konami's doing a good job, you know, making the games that are outside of Silent Hill link back to Silent Hill. And when they do, it's either not very obvious at all, or it's not done very well. You know? Like with the White Claudia and Silent Hill F, or with the Silent Hill Phenomenon document and Silent Hill The Short Message. I could be fine with it. I just want them to do a better job of it. Yakuza and Silent Hill. Yeah, but is Palworld an MMORPG? Like, Palworld's good. I like Palworld, but, you know, doesn't have that depth of content, you know. Oh, Control Resonance, yes! Excuse me. Hold on. Dude. Oh, God, sorry. Sorry, yeah, I'm still getting over, like, I'm 95% over COVID, but you know how you have, like, that 2 to 3 week span where you just have that cough that just never goes away? I'm still dealing with that. But yeah, so the person who mentioned Control Resonant, guys, that game looks awesome! Awesome! Probably the only two games I think I'm looking forward to more than that are Crimson Desert and GTA 6. God, it looks great. God bless fucking Sam Lake and the team that surrounds him. It's just, every time they put out something, it's just, they always know how to reinvent themselves. All right. One more minute, boys and girls and people of various persuasion. The Polish Silent Hill? Well, they kind of already did that, right? With Bloober's Pass games? Kind of? Yeah, that's right, Occult Circus. No word on Judas. Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to Judas as well. I just hope that because it's taken so long that it's going to be good. Chronos is Polish Silent Hill? Okay. Yeah, I really need to play Chronos. It's kind of ridiculous that I haven't yet. Alright, here we go. Let's get a lot of info on this Townfall thing, and please, please just acknowledge that Born From a Wish is a thing, and I'll be happy. You don't, like, I know some people want to see Silent Hill 1 remake. I think it's still a little bit too early to be showing that. I would be fine if you don't. Just please acknowledge Born From a Wish. Please. No, I haven't seen Koji Shirayashi's movies. This is your god now. Alright, let's go. What do you got for us, Konami? And thank you for the $5 super chat there, Disaster Bunny. Really appreciate it.
Minasan, konnichiwa. サイレントヒルトランスミッションへようこそ。サイレントヒルシリーズのプロデューサー岡本元井です。2022年の発表以来長い間お待たせしましたが、本日は待望のタイトルサイレントヒルタウンフォールのニュースや情報をついに皆さんにお届けできることを嬉しく思います。本日ソニーのステートオブプレイでトレーラーを公開し、プレイステーション5、Steam、エピックゲームズにてウィッシュリスト登録を開始しました。皆様ぜひご登録よろしくお願いいたします。さらにこの配信独占の最新情報もご用意しています。まずは本プロジェクトのパートナーをご紹介しましょう。
Can I do that? Oh, shit,
アナプルナインタラクティブのインタラクティブ&ニューメディア部門プレジデントヘクター・サンチェスさんとゲーム部門責任者のリアン・ルームさん、そしてスクリーンバーンのライター兼ディレクターのジョン・マッケランさんをお迎えしています。皆さん本日はようこそいらしてくださいました。
Thank you, Okamoto-san. At Annapurna, we're always looking to push the boundaries of storytelling, and we couldn't be more excited and honored to have the opportunity to work with you and the entire team at Konami to co-publish Silent Hill Townfall. Annapurna Interactive is a publisher that not only looks for great stories to tell, but also great teams to tell those stories. And we're so pleased to partner with the very special development team that created Silent Hill Townfall, John, and the entire team at Screenburn Interactive.
And this project came about because the team at Annapurna and the team at Screenburn are really passionate about Silent Hill. We're very excited about the unique stories that we're able to tell in this amazing franchise. It's also important to us at Annapurna that the developers we partner with really love the IP that they're working on, and that's exactly what we have with Screenburn.
Oh, no, it's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
As a fan of the series ever since the release of the first game, it's a real pleasure and an honour to be here today to talk about Townfall. The entire development team and I are so excited to finally be able to share a first look after so many years of development out of sight.
How many years?
皆さんありがとうございます。それではまず本日公開されたサイレントヒルタウンホールのリビールトレーラーを振り返りましょ
う。Okay, right on. Good to see you, Mark. Okay, well, we already saw this trailer, so I'm just gonna respond to the super chats. EA's microtransaction CEO joined Remedy, by the way. Oh, are you serious? Ah, crap. Really?
But you have to come back to me.
And Adam Milne, thank you for the $2 Canadian. Love seeing you on Metal Forge's AW2 debate. When? Alan Wake 2 debate when? Debate about what? And Mark with the 5 gift memberships. You are the man, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, guys, go subscribe. No, it's not. It's under Metal Commander's YouTube channel, right? That you guys do the show. Go subscribe to him, Metal Commander, for the Metal Forge. All right, I'll be quiet.
Different.
Thanks, Jordy.
I keep trying to fix what happened. But no matter what I do...
You can't fix it. It doesn't let us change things.
All right, Fenrison, calm down.
You did what you did.
There's a nice texture to the visuals, and like texture and tone here are kind of nice. The way everything's framed, it's kind of nice. Monster design is okay, kind of derivative, but okay. I'm glad that we're getting the guns though. Oh, Metal hated Alan Wake 2. Okay.
前回のティザートレーラーから続く形でついにあのポケットテレビの持ち主が明らかになりました。 このトレーラーはタウンフォールの本質、そしてサイレントヒルらしさをしっかりと捉えています。
And we can see from the trailer that debuted today that Townfall clearly embodies the DNA of the Silent Hill franchise. It also has quite a unique take, which we know has been really important to the team at Screenburn. And part of that uniqueness comes from their own identity, their perspectives, their history, and their style. So, John, we'd love viewers to learn more about Screenburn and your team's history and the work you've done on Silent Hill Townfall.
Okay.
Absolutely. Our main objectives were to make a game that could feel specific to the team who made it, to bring something new to the series in terms of setting, and to really think about what Silent Hill, both in concept and gameplay, could look like through a Screenburn lens.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's this lens that appealed to us so much when we started working with you and Screenburn, many years ago. And we knew that with Annapurna's partnership with Konami helping to guide the project, that the three teams together could produce something original, exciting for the fans, and show Silent Hill in a way that hadn't been seen before.
Okay, well, what
皆
does that
様、
mean?
情熱あるメッセージ、本当にありがとうございます。サイレントヒルの伝統を受け継ぎつつも、新しいチームごとに世界観やテーマ、美学がどのように解釈されるかを示すことはとても重要です。
Yeah.
ここでスクリーン版インタラクティブと本作を形作る人々の姿をご覧いただきましょう。
Okay.
We've got our previous games that we worked on over the years. So Super Arclight was our first title that we released back in 2016. Stories Untold, 2017, Observation, 2019, and then Silent Hill soon.
7 years.
Our little collection of Silent Hill games. The thought that we're going to be slotted in at the end there, it is a genuine honor to work with the franchise and to contribute to it. After we shipped Observation, we were kind of like figuring out what we were going to do next. And then we got this call from Annapurna to ask us what we would do with Silent Hill. That froze us in our tracks. It's not an opportunity we ever thought we'd get, but it's one we knew we all wanted right away. We pulled together a pitch of what we felt would be a really cool, unique Screenburn take and brought it to Konami, and we were delighted that they loved the idea. It was like, this is exactly what we need. This is what we want to do, and we want you to go for it.
How many
and so to have
people
their
are
trust
working
in
on
us,
this?
both Annapurna and Konami, is a huge honor.
Yo, whoa, okay, whoa. What is with this frame rate?
So yeah, this is where Graham lives and where design lives.
My name's Graham McKellen. I'm the lead game designer. John is my brother, so we've known each other for a while. We have a lot of the same experiences, films that we watched when we grew up, games that we played. That allows us to work really well together when it comes to finding the synergy between narrative and game design.
Okay.
Very early, we agreed that we wanted to present this game in first person. And first person is, you have a more limited field of view.
Right.
There's things happening off screen which you're not always aware of, and as we know in horror, what happens off screen is sometimes more scarier than what happens right in front of you.
Okay.
How we use the perspective to induce the horror, anxiety, and fear, but then at the same time trying to find the balance to that, which is what can we give the player?
One of the first things we set out to do was like, what can we do with the radio that's not been done before? What can we do that kind of gives it a
Yes,
new,
that's an interesting
function,
idea. Yes.
a new aesthetic, but it feels Silent Hill. The
Yes.
analog tech that's kind of been my visual calling card. Most of the things we've done, like even in our previous games, has been as close to real life technology as we can get. This is a
Yeah, that helps set the
very
mood. That's
small
good. That's good.
handheld TV, but kind of inspired the CRTV.
The CRTV.
No, but it
is,
just looks
our take
like
on
it
the
looks more like a
classic radio.
stylistic thing rather than
We
a.
wanted to have the player bring it up and actually use it.
Than a
So
technical
we
limitation,
were
or am I
really
wrong?
keen on having the player tune with the CRTV, actually go through the frequencies, discover narrative content, but also being able to use it as a tool to see where enemies were. So yeah, we teach the peak mechanic, which gives the player a little bit extra mobility around where the camera can be. So you can peek up and to the sides, to see round corners or over walls.
I keep doing this as I lean.
It's really important for the first-person perspective, giving the player that extra control over the camera.
For a long time, this game we felt might just be Northern Europe, you know, and not lock it down to Scotland. There was a drive to create something that felt authentic to us, and it kind of felt natural to kind of bring it home.
When John first showed me the game and I saw this sort of a very obviously Silent Hill, misty, foggy environment, that felt like a walk to school when I was growing up. Because, you know, I'd grown up in towns like this, in a small fishing town that's kind of similar to St. Amelia. It's a beautifully epic, grey, drizzly environment, and we're bringing that to the game.
It just feels so real, especially when you're going through it in first person. You kind of feel like you're there. It's so detailed, every single thing, and it's all connected to the story.
A very personal story, I know for John as well.
I would have been about 17 or 18 when the first game came out, and I was really ill, high fever, all this kind of stuff. I know I finished it, but the experience I have was like a fever dream, because it literally was. To this day, I've never played it again, because I kind of don't want to know whether what happened that night was real or not.
Okay, well, what about the other Silent Hill games?
And I think now that we're actually responsible for it, and we're actually kind of pulling the rest of the team in, and now we're looking forward to bringing the fans into that fever dream too.
スクリーンバーンのチームの皆さん、ありがとうございました。
I need to see like more
自分たちの
uninterrupted
仕事だけで
gameplay.
なく、サイレントヒルの歴史や意味に強い情熱を持つ開発者の姿を見るのはとても刺激的ですね。各チームがそれぞれのビジョンをサイレントヒルに持ち込み、新しい体験をどのように形作ったのかがよくわかります。さて、公開されたばかりのトレーラーについて語るべきことがたくさんあります。最も注目すべきは本作が一人称視点である点でしょう。過去作にも一人称要素はあるものの、10時間を超える長編作品としてこの方式を採用したのはタウンフォールがシリーズ史上初めてです。この視点の変化によりプレイヤーはサイレントヒルの恐怖を新たなレンズを通して目撃することになります。恐怖がプレイヤーのすぐそばに迫るだけでなく、スクリーンバーンが考案した新しい戦闘、回避、謎解きのメカニクスとも見事に調和します。
Absolutely. Every feature of the game has been designed with this perspective in mind, but always making sure that while we see the world in this new way, the experience still feels distinctly Silent Hill. A big part of that experience is centered around enemies and how our protagonist Simon will encounter them. Familiar tools from the world of Silent Hill are all available, planks of wood, pipes, and ranged weapons like the pistol. But the ability to sneak, hide, and evade brings a new element of choice to the combat. Where
that's a good point.
Violence isn't the only option. In fact, with the aid of the pocket television, known as the CRTV in the game, evasion is every bit as useful a survival technique as facing enemies head-on. Players are encouraged to experiment and find a playstyle that suits them while being mindful of the resources and the opportunities that surround them.
わかりやすい例が覗き込みですよね。サイモンは物体や壁の上からあるいは周りから慎重に身を乗り出して敵の様子を確認でき発見される可能性を避けることができます。この要素は遭遇前の慎重さが生かされるだけでなく、見た目、手触りの面でとても映画的な表現になっています。
Indeed. That additional level of fine control provided to the player works especially well in first person, and it allows players to cautiously assess an encounter before they make a decision to evade or charge in. In first person, features like the peak or the CRTV become more immersive, rendering details up close in a character's hands and all in a tactile and physical way rather than using on-screen HUD elements. These features really shine in first person, and as the game progresses, players will be challenged in many different ways. Using the right technique at the right time is vital for Simon's survival.
John さん、次は新主人公サイモン・オーデルに目を向けてみましょう。シリーズのキャラクターは皆心に重いものを抱えていますが、サイモンも例外ではありません。彼は多層的で不安定、そして非常に人間的です。 トレーラー冒頭で主人公であるサイモンが今回舞台となる町
No, I haven't,
セントアメリア
Mark,
に縁があることが示唆され、彼の困難な旅が始まります。ジョンさん、彼が島へ向かう事情、そしてプレイヤーが踏み入れる物語について視聴者の皆様に特別に教えてもらえますか？
Well, I knew when beginning to write the game that fans would have certain expectations about the worlds, characters, and the themes that permeate the series.
Like, does it connect back to
I wanted to
the
both
actual
lean into
Silent
those
Hill?
expectations in some ways and subvert them in others. Guilt is a strong theme throughout Silent Hill's many stories, and I wanted to dive deeper into the various different ways that guilt can manifest, where it comes from, what it can do to people, and how, if you can, come to accept or resolve it. So while those narrative themes are distinctly Silent Hill, we're looking at and interpreting those themes in a very different way.
Okay.
ゲームの冒頭、サイモンは物事を終わらせてほしい、それが正しいことだと告げる謎の電話を受け取ります。
Right.
トレーラーで見た通り、彼は島に到着しますが、この段階ではどうやって来たのか不明であり、サイモン自身も向かう先が分かっていないように見えます。
Well, a core component of our team's narrative style that has been present in all of our previous games is mystery. Simon's journey through the town is layered with nuance and questions, where players will gradually uncover both small details and big reveals, and they'll be kept guessing throughout. There are other characters to meet along the way too, and understanding Simon's connection to them is key to the narrative.
Okay.
Some mysteries will pay off as the game progresses, and some will deepen further, inviting players to dive deep into the world and to details spread around the town.
サイモンの旅がどのようなものになるのか楽しみにしていただければと思います。さて、次はタウンフォールの舞台となる町セントアメリアについてご紹介しましょう。サイレントヒルのキャラクターを町と切り離すことはできません。世界は彼らを映し出し、試し、変えていきます。サイモンの旅を理解するには、彼が身を置く町を理解する必要があります。
Aside from the setting,
それでは、
Okay, never mind.
セントアメリアのインスピレーションとなったスコットランドの実際の場所を見てみましょう。
I love how staged, like, all the information giving. It's sort of uncanny in a Silent Hill way, you know?
So we're going to go to the east coast of Scotland. We've referenced a lot in the game. Graham and I have been many times over the years. We took Paul up when he joined the team. And I think this is Linda's first time.
It is, yeah.
So you're going to get a bit of a shock when you're in St. Amelia.
As a QA lead, I think I have played probably 3,000 hours of this game, but I've actually never explored those real towns, so I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, is there going to be a cult? That's a good question. Yes, I did, or I'm very happy.
All that together is what you're trying to recreate. You're not just trying to recreate the visuals, you're trying to recreate the vibe. And there's no better way of doing it than spending time there.
It's really important to not live your life behind a lens and just absorb the place when you're there. So I suppose it's always important for artists to get out and see the place that they're supposed to be making.
Graham and I were chasing fog. Well, I dragged Graham out with me. I was like, I need someone in front of the camera when I take these images. Fog was so dense that when we came out here, we got to like this spot, and from here we couldn't see the coast anymore, and we couldn't tell which direction the coast was in, and we immediately felt like in danger. And we ended up with this shot here. The atmosphere is like blue and light, the sun was going down. Everything from that moment was when we kind of realized how this game was going to begin. We have this fog that rolls in on the east coast of Scotland called a har. I got pretty obsessed chasing the har. You know, I wasn't painting images, I wasn't like trying to like imagine what the fog would look like. I could go to a town that looks like St. Amelia and find a fog that looks like Silent Hill and come back and show the team, here's what the game needs to look like. You know, and I would drag
I like the way that they're using color against the fog
4 a.m.
to create, like
So
what
that
we've seen
when
so
we come
far,
back to the studio, we can
to
try
create
and
sort of
recreate
a
what we felt,
quasi-unique
not just what we saw.
art direction, if that makes sense. That could be interesting, I don't know.
This was like the first beautiful corner that we did. And then as we get around this corner, yeah, it's literally the same.
It is actually, yeah.
Yeah.
This is so cool.
Yep.
I hope we have that in the game, the seaweed.
This was the first
pier I think we came to. And we've walked along a bunch of other piers as well, just to kind of see the differences and, yeah, the kind of shapes that they make and how they're used, that kind of thing, you know. So this is it. This is very similar to our St. Amelia pier.
So we're in St. Monans. This is the harbour town and was the first place that we built for the game. When I started to write the story about what this town was, what happened to this town, the isolation was a big factor. There's like an existential dread that comes with that. Silent Hill has always had a sense of like not being able to leave the town.
Yeah, so how are you going to play on that?
Face why you're there. That isolation isn't just for the protagonist, but also for the town. It's like they've got to do what they got to do. You just have to get on with it, and you have to solve the problem.
Are you going to have flooding, or are you going to have like breaks in the roads?
It's surreal. I think it's because a lot of stuff are so similar to in-game, even like the slanted walls, the colors.
Yeah, it's
Wherever
nice,
the benches
but
are placed is exactly the same as in-game.
Can I see
these alleyways can
in the actual game?
The entire town. They're really fun to walk up and down in real life, but when you've got a monster chasing you, it's just...
Yes,
not a
okay,
nice place
yeah,
to be.
yeah. That's good. Yes, okay, I like this.
Coming up there, this was one of the slopes that when I first came here, I was like looking at all the textures. And luckily Unreal allows us with nanite to just sort of layer on loads of meshes and textures on top of each other. I don't know what this is. Bits of like rag and tarpaulin, like the glove, for instance, there. It's just like layers upon layers upon layers of life and history. You're mimicking several hundred years worth of life. That's what we aim to do. And a lot of the time, the player will just sort of walk around and absorb it, and they won't know why it feels like a real place, but the effort that we've put in will make them feel like it's a real place, and it will give them that sense of history. And yeah.
So it's coming out this year.
It's a big moment for us, definitely. For me personally, for the team, you know, we're all big fans. I think that's an understatement to say big fans. You know, we're obsessed. To be trusted with a franchise like this, it's an honor, and you know, we want to make sure we ace it. So we're giving it our all to create something that's really new and really unique.
Well, if it's like the past showcases, Gray Fox, I imagine it's gonna be like 30 to 40 minutes. I just hope we get like, can I get like more than just a few seconds of continuous gameplay?
センターメディアのインスピレーションや再現方法について貴重なお話をありがとうございました。細部へのこだわりが新しい世界観をリアルに感じさせています。こうした丁寧な作り込みはシリーズならではの大切な魅力です。最後にタウンホールの規模や構成についてお話ししましょう。
For sure. And while Annapurna has been primarily known over the last decade for independent games from smaller teams, Townfall is no small game. In fact, it's among some of the biggest games that we've ever published.
Yeah.
And while Screenburn is a relatively small development studio at about 30 people, they have been afforded the development time to really realise their creative vision for Townfall. And as a result, Townfall is a full-length, high-quality game that we can all present with confidence following Silent Hill F and Silent Hill 2.
スクリーンバーン、アナプルナ、コナミの3社が手を組み作り上げたサイレントヒルのエッセンスをしっかり取り入れたタイトルとなっています。今年皆さんにサイレントヒルタウンホールを実際にプレイしてもらえることを非常に楽しみにしています。
Probably late
本日
September,
の
early
サイレ
October
ントヒル
release,
トランス
right?
ミッションはこちらで終了となります。
That's my guess.
最後に視聴者の皆さんへ向けて一言ずつメッセージをお願いします。
We're so thankful for your patience, and we can't wait to show you more of what we have in store for you in Townfall. We see this project not only as our biggest and most ambitious game yet, but as a love letter to the series that inspired many of the team, myself included, to become game developers in the first place. It's truly an honour to be given this opportunity to contribute to the series, and on behalf of the team at Screenburn, thank you for your support and your encouragement over the years.
We've loved working with the entire team at Screenburn and are very proud of the game they've created. Our goal at Annapurna is to support our developers so they can focus on making the best possible game. It's been amazing to see Townfall come to life throughout development. Thank you to Screenburn for their partnership, and thank you to Konami for trusting us with the Silent Hill franchise.
Silent Hill Townfall is a labor of love for everybody involved and a true collaboration across the three teams. From the amazing team in Scotland at Screenburn to the revered publisher Konami, not only in Japan but around the world, and ourselves, who are very humbled by the opportunity at Annapurna to co-publish a game for the first
I'm
time
sorry.
with an existing franchise and bring our unique take to this historic franchise.
スクリーンバーン、アナプルナ、コナミの3社で長い時間をかけて作り上げてきた作品を発表することができて本当に良かったです。本日お見せした通り非常に丁寧に作り上げていますので皆様ぜひ楽しみにお待ちください。本日お届けしたサイレントヒルタウンホールはプレイステーション5と Steam、エピックゲームズにてウィッシュリスト登録受付中です。ぜひ登録をお願いいたします。またサイレントヒルトランスミッションでは今後も継続してサイレントヒルシリーズの情報を皆さんにお届けしてまいります。次回もどうぞお楽しみに。本日はご視聴いただき誠にありがとうございました。
Yeah, that's it. Okay. Yeah, this kind of reminds me of when they did the Silent Hill F reveal last year. It's just kind of really like a whole bunch of nothing. Like it was okay. Like there were a couple things that they said that were kind of encouraging, but like there was a whole, oh, we have these tight winding alleyways which make for really great encounters. And the idea that there's more of a stealth approach and there's multiple different ways of being able to approach encounters, that's interesting. Instead of just, going in all guns blazing, or, all 2x4s blazing, if you will. And using the CRTV, like, that could be really cool, but it could also easily just become a gimmick. I hope they find like a way to handle that properly. But yeah, there just wasn't really all that much there. I just wish we could have seen like more than just a stretch of like 5 or 6 seconds of gameplay, That frame rate, was it just me, or were they like, okay, let me just, whoops. Was it just me? Or was the frame rate purposefully like low? Like they were trying to go for a stylistic cinematic looking thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. Fog needs to be thicker. It's too easy to see through. Yeah, maybe. It depends on what the encounter is, right? Or how like the presentation is. If it's too easy to see too far into the distance, yeah, that could be whack. All right, I know there are a few super chats that I missed. Am I gonna be able to? Shit. Chat filter, fan funding. Okay, perfect. So, Disaster Bunny, yeah, thank you very much for the super chat saying I wish the fog was thicker. Oh, I thought I missed a few. Okay, all right, cool. Let me bring the chat back on. Okay. It's the Unreal Engine 5. It may run just terribly. Yeah, it's kind of interesting that that's what they decided to show. Here, you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to. Can I? Whoops. Here, I'm just gonna let this play in the background, but without like any.
さんをお迎えしています。
Without any audio. Okay, let me bring OBS back up. Let's do that. At least you guys have something to watch while I'm talking. Yeah, so it's February now. If it's like Silent Hill 2 Remake and Silent Hill F, it's going to be releasing either late September, early October. March, April, May, June, July, August. So they have 8 months. Are they going to be able to optimize this? Because, yeah, they didn't really show us a whole lot. But then again, like, if I recall correctly, they didn't really show us a whole lot of Silent Hill F gameplay until, like, I don't know, I want to say, like, middle of the year? Last year? God, my memory's terrible. So, I don't know. We might just be, like, reading too much into stuff. Okay. You know what? It's been a long day. Let me just read some of what you guys are thinking. What do you guys think of what we've seen so far? No, Kuro Taisa, honestly, like, it was just a happy coincidence that I put out that video yesterday and then they announced this. I swear to God, I didn't know. I have no insider information. I swear upon the graves of all my ancestors, past and present. Yeah, I'm a little neutral too. What's going like I need to see more. I'm happy that, you know, like graphics wise, it looks good. Performance wise, I'll have to see. I'm glad that there's combat. But yeah, it's just aside from the setting, which is okay, UK, interesting. We'll see where that goes. There's not really a whole lot that I can draw upon, you know. But we'll see. Yeah, and first person that could work. But I just need to see it in action, you know. Right now, yeah. Right now, I'm just feeling neutral about it. Well, no, we saw we saw a little bit of gameplay. Well, it's just not enough. Like what the little bit of we saw, like it could work, but I just need to get a greater sample size. You know. You liked it? Okay, good, Jozu. Yeah, I agree with you, Corden. Interested, but needs more gameplay. Yeah, I'm still interested, but like, yeah, just not enough. UbiX, I'm not thrilled this doesn't need to be called Silent Hill. Maybe. We'll have to see. I like it. The mechanics look interesting. Mechanics could be interesting. Yeah. Hikari, this and Yapfest about Ryukishi. Yeah, it's a little bit of a Yapfest, yeah. Yeah, and I agree with you, Frank Yeager. They didn't show enough to formulate a proper idea. The mood's good. The Flux Bunny, yeah, I really like the mood too. That's good. And Korjin likes a first-person perspective. Yeah, I do too. I know some people don't, and that's totally perfectly fine. The car's registration was August 16th. Huh. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, Crazy Crafty. Yeah. Well, and here's the thing, Endless Tudes. How they've already made 2 games that were well received. I mean, what is it about what we saw that makes you think that? Because there was barely anything. That's my problem, you know? Yeah, Toxic Toucan, that was a little bit of a worrying comment. Yes, thank you for bringing that up. When that guy said, I only played Silent Hill 1 once. Okay, what about the other games? That was interesting that they kept that comment in there. Yeah, I think that's fair. IDK, okay. IDK, okay, says it looks okay, but no connection to Silent Hill as far as we know, so not excited. I think that's fair. Gwen Blaze says, I'm excited regardless. I think y'all are being way too elitist. More power to you. I'll be honest, it got me hooked on the exploration of different gameplays. Yeah, again, it's like, in theory, okay, that sounds cool. I just need to see it. Better than F, even if it's bad. Lord Jamothy. Yeah, me too. And like, no Born from a Wish. What the hell, man? I think Mark the Cyborg says, I think it looks neat. The story and puzzles will make or break it, but we'll definitely do it fortunate, so I'll be playing regardless. Yeah, I mean, I'll be playing it too. It's, you know, it's Silent Hill. A Silent Hill game in the bayou with voodoo stuff, Slacking Author says. I mean, yeah, I mean, there's a good idea for it, and they connect it to Silent Hill. Yeah, there's just not a whole lot to work with. Look, there'll be either a Silent Hill transmission in May, or there'll be something that drops during Summer Game Fest. Sony will probably do another State of Play around that time, and we'll get more of this, and we'll probably see proper gameplay. If it's anything like last year with Silent Hill F. You don't trust Annapurna? Okay. I think Simon is pulling a reverse Mary. Yeah, I wonder if there's... Yeah. Silent Hill without the magic mythos feels off to me. Yeah, what is it about the story? Like, what is the story? Excuse me. We don't even know. It just right now what we know about the story is that it's kind of like derivative of the beginning of Silent Hill 2. Oh, he's called there to settle something. Great. Oh, why was I laughing, Kuromi? It's because yeah, no, you know what? I don't want to be toxic. I won't say. Just go back and listen to it, and you might be able to figure it out. Yeah. See, what is with this frame rate? It looks weird. Yeah, that better be a work in progress. It better be. Oh God. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Occult Circus, they did say we'll meet other people, so there's that. What's KOF 15, Fenrison? I don't know what that is. Did they say like there was no Akira Yamaoka? I mean, like the music that was playing sounded nice. It sounded like it was. I didn't recall it from any other Silent Hill game. It sounded good. Why is it about guilt again? Because it's Silent Hill, Akari. Well, Mr. Playful Shade, I mean, I quasi agree with you. At the very least, like I imagine we're going to be getting Silent Hill 1 remake next year. That sounds about right. So just have to wait until then, I guess, if that's what you're looking for. Well, okay, UBX9563 says no devs who are confident in their game hold back in showing off what they have for us to play. Listen, dude, I understand why you're saying that, but just remember last year, this is exactly what happened with Silent Hill F. And you're like, well, you know, maybe you think Silent Hill F wasn't very good. Well, a lot of people did. I thought it was good, even though it had a lot of problems. I think what we should do is just criticize the presentation style as it is. Like, I appreciate that the people that are working on it are passionate. I appreciate that they have good ideas. We just haven't seen it yet. But there's nothing really to suggest that we should be worried aside from this weird fucking frame rate thing. I don't know what the hell's going on there. Yeah, it looks really off, and not in the good Silent Hill way. I don't know. Maybe it's a stylistic thing. We'll see. All right, I'll read a few more comments and then I gotta take off. Yeah, Mark the Cyborg says, I agree. I was hoping this show would do a deeper dive into gameplay, but we just got the state of play trailer and it's Scottish tourism. Yes, exactly. It's like what they did last year with the Silent Hill F reveal. With the Silent Hill F transmission. Man, these guys really need to get in contact with me. All right. Peace out, Duda. Thanks for dropping by. Well, how do we know that that's what they're doing, Archangel? We don't know that yet. Maybe they are, and then we can be pissed off, but I don't know. This game was definitely inspired by Alien Isolation and the motion sensor, so that's good. Low key, I've never played Alien Isolation, but I hear it's good, and I heard that's a large part of the reason why. All right, just scrolling down. Sanso Ren says, Max, what did you think of Silent Hill F? Well, like I just said, I think it was good. It just had a lot of problems. It's the new Silent Hill 4. I understand why people love it. I understand why people hate it. I did a full review on it. You can go check it out. Okay, Fenrison, you got to chill with the whole Brazil stuff, okay? The guys, yeah, the story is guy wakes up and there's fog. That's it. Yeah, hopefully it's not like he got into a shipwreck and then he just washed up on on the island, and then later on we find out that he's actually dead and he's in purgatory. That'd be kind of whack. Yeah, the IV and hospital bracelet. Yeah, that could be an interesting game mechanic. I wonder what the hell they're doing with that. Yeah, nowhere near Berlin. That might be what they're doing. So nowhere near Berlin says it's probably just a cinematic, so we'll be capped at 30 frames per second. I don't know how to feel about that. Like, I don't know. It should be a standard that you get 60 frames per second. Like, it has to be a very unique extraordinary circumstance where the game is locked at 30. Even if you're going for a cinematic presentation, like I don't see why that should override the choice, you know? Okay, one or two more comments, and then I gotta go, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people just kind of blah about it. I see like a few people here or there just saying, yeah, it kind of looks like trash. But again, like, what is it aside from the weird performance stuff about it that's trash? Because there's really... Okay, let me look at this again, the combat. Yeah, it looks okay. This looks okay. This looks okay. That looks okay. That's fine. A little bit janky, but, you know, if it feels good, that's okay. Because, you know, Silent Hill 2 Remake combat looked janky as hell, but it felt good, in my opinion. Yeah, but just back to the point. This transmission, again, kind of like the Silent Hill F transmission last year, was kind of lame. You just need to see more. It might be terrible. I don't know. But yeah, like, there are a couple things here or there that are encouraging. But again, in Scotland, it seems like they're trying really to create something that is both distinct but familiar in terms of the way that it looks. I appreciate that they're trying to do a little bit more with the way that you're approaching gameplay. Like here, that like using the CRTV to, you know, look ahead and to not draw attention to yourself. That could be really interesting. I just see it like with non-interrupted gameplay. But yeah, like still too little that we know. All right. So that does it for about now, guys. Oh, I did get a couple super chats. Or one or two super chats. Let me read them real quick. The Elder sends in $10 there. He says, to me, they lost a huge opportunity with the F-Town's name. It should have been Silent Hill in Japanese. That would be even smarter to me than the White Claudia Easter egg. Well, didn't they kind of do that? Like, Abyssal Gaoka was sort of like Fishing Hill or something like that when directly translated. I don't know. But again, like, that's still obscure to the vast majority of people that play a Silent Hill game. They're not like people that would, like the hardcore lore enthusiasts like you and I that would notice that sort of thing. It's sort of the same thing with White Claudia. It's like, okay, that's cool that that's there, but they need more of that, you know? All right. Sorry, guys. There's too many comments, and unfortunately, I don't have a lot of time to get through them. But I appreciate you guys so much for taking time out of your evenings to watch this with me. I'm sorry I wasn't all that more eventful, but, you know, like, hopefully, like, being able to hang out was nice. I mean, it's always a pleasure to interact with you guys. I'm sorry that I don't have a lot more time to do it usually. Thanks, Frankie. You're the man. Okay. Silent Haggis. All right. It's Silent Haggis is a good one. All right, guys. Well, that'll do it. I will have a new video out in a week. You can actually go watch that right now. It's available on Patreon. It's a video on Demon Souls. If you like my Soulsborne videos, you can go check that out. And then I'll have another video after that, which should be on another horror-oriented video game. I won't say what it is, but I'm very excited about it. Thank you so much for taking time out of your evening to watch this with me. It's always a pleasure. And until the next video, just want to remind you, as always and as per usual, stay yellow.